Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Patrice, and in this video we will be discussing things I've read. And now let's get started. So the first book on my list is titled The Midnight Taxi, and this was written by Yosha Gunasekera. And this is a cozy mystery. And I will read the summary. Sirawatha Pereira doesn't know where she's going in life. She never expected to be a taxi cab driver in New York City, struggling to make ends meet. When public defender Amaya Fernando gets in Siri's cab, they make a quick connection through their shared Sri Lankan roots. But Siri's suddenly dropped into her own true crime mystery when she discovers her next passenger murdered in the back seat, and she has to call Amaya sooner than expected. Pinned as the obvious and only suspect and desperate to clear her name, Siri chases down leads across the boroughs of New York City with Amaya's help. So I really enjoyed this story. This is like a classic locked room mystery. So, like there's no way in, there's no way out, and someone gets murdered, and you are trying to figure out, now, how did this happen? How did this person die in the backseat of the cab with the taxi driver, like right there? Like, what? That doesn't even make any sense. And I like that we get some diverse characters. This is the first time I'm reading a book with Sri Lankan characters, so that was nice to get a peek into their culture and stuff like that. And this was very insightful. Like, we have a lot of themes about immigrants, racism, classism, justice, and what that looks like. So, very, very insightful. I really enjoyed that part where she's thinking through some of the things that are going on as she's trying to work out, like trying to find this killer. Siri, she loves like true crime podcasts and stories and everything. So when she gets um, pinned as the suspect in this murder, she's like, "No, wait a minute. This is nothing like the podcast. Like what she was thinking, like in terms of the justice system. Like it's nothing like that, like in real life." So that was like good to see, like her thinking through and working through that, and it gives you like some things for you to think about yourself. Like, well, what does justice mean? Like, what does it look like? Especially if you're from a minority community. So, yeah, very, very insightful. And at the end, we had some great discussion questions. So I really enjoyed that about the book. The discussion questions were on point. Again, like I said, it made you think through what was going on in the story and how it compares to like some of the things that are happening currently, like now, like right now. So that is what I like. Some of the things that I dislike, so I don't know, like, even though there were some very insightful parts, some of this story just made no sense. So Siri, like, she wants to help Amaya investigate like what happened. So to me, that is totally unbelievable that either one of them would be investigating what happened. Like Amaya is her public defender, and it's like the way that they explain it in the story is that there aren't enough investigators for them to like the public defender's office doesn't have enough investigators for them to go out and like investigate what happened. So Amaya has to do it. But then Siri just volunteers herself. And I'm like, how are you going to investigate like with your lawyer? Like you are not an investigator. You're not a lawyer. Like, why would she let you help? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. So, yeah, that was just like, okay, so we have to suspend belief there and like just go with it. And there is a twist in the story, but it is quite obvious and telegraphed. You can see it coming a mile away. But for this to be a debut, I thought it was really good. Like I said, like it really does make you think. It's insightful. I love the themes about, being an immigrant, about racism, classism, justice. And yeah, I would definitely recommend that people read it. Like if you like um, Law and Order, SVU, if you like any of those kind of shows, true crime, that kind of stuff, you would like this. You would like this book. Overall, I gave this a 3 because I thought it was a very good debut. I would like to see the author write more. I just need it to be a tad bit more believable. The next book I'm going to talk about today is titled The Astral Library, and this was written by Kate Quinn, and this is a fantasy magical realism. Alexandria Alex Watson takes refuge in the high-vaulted reading room at the Boston Public Library, escaping into her favorite novels and dreaming of far-off lands, until the day she stumbles through a hidden door and meets the librarian, guardian of a hidden library where the desperate and lost escape to new lives inside their favorite stories. Before Alex can escape into the pages of her new life, a shadowy enemy emerges to threaten everyone the Astral Library has ever protected. So the main things that I liked about this story is that, one, it is set in Boston. Hey, hey. I like that we get to see our favorite book characters written in the story, and like they actually participate like in the story. So that was pretty cool. And I think one overarching theme in this um, novel is how books can be a lifesaver or like an escape when you are really having a difficult time. And it also teaches you the importance of a library. It's like, so I have mentioned this a couple of times on this channel in my videos that the library is one of the last few places where it is free and you get a lot of bang for your buck. Like you get so many programs and resources at the library. And again, like I was saying, like it's free, everyone can come in, you get a card, you're able to educate yourself, you can use computers. Um, there's a ton of programs. Like right now, my library is offering like seeds for us to grow our own fruits and vegetables. So I get a bunch of seeds from there. They have so many like workshops and authors that come in. They have mommy and me classes. They have, um, like I got a tour of my main library one time and we went like up where the librarians like in their offices, and then like we took a tour, they gave us the history. Like that was so cool to be able to see like behind the scenes. I get free books from the library. Like whenever they have a program, like they give us books. Like that's how I got Murder by Cheesecake. I got that from a library program and they gave us the book for free. So it's just like wonderful. It's wonderful, a wonderful place to go. We need more places like that where we can get together like as a community and just have fun together and enjoy each other. without it costing anything. So again, that is my pitch for the library. That's why I'm always there, constantly there. Like, I've donated money and everything. So I implore you guys to do the same as well. Support your local library by going there, keeping their numbers up, and also giving if you can. Now, now that I have ranted and I have gotten off of my soapbox, I can tell you what I did not like about this story. So, of course, there's some romance in here. Of course, there was no chemistry between the characters, none at all. And the female main character, Alex, so she is a plus size woman, and I feel like a lot of the story revolved around her being like self-conscious about her weight, especially in regards to this romance. And I just felt like the two characters, they just did not have any chemistry. And I really didn't care for Alex that much. She was not a very likable main character. I don't know. Like, I just didn't enjoy her. She did way too much cursing. Like, it was just like, I don't know. It was just something about her I didn't like. And to me, the first half of the book was good. Like, it started off great. I was invested. I was in it. Like, oh, hey, okay, this is going to be great. Again, a book about a magical library. Like, you cannot go wrong. This is going to be a great fantasy. We're going to, learn all these things. Like, how does this work? Well, wait a minute, especially set in Boston. Let me go look for this and see if it's real. And then the second half was a dud. The second half of the book was just like, what happened to what was set up in the first half? What happened here? Like, the climax, the resolution was just, it just wasn't good. It was not good. Had high hopes for this. I did not enjoy it. Yeah, like, I had started it. I was like, oh, this is getting good. And then it wasn't good. So overall, I ended up giving this a 2, which means I thought it was bad. Like, again, the bones were there, but didn't meet the mark. I think, I don't know, I think the main thing was that they said we were going to, like, we were going to get like this, like, the characters were going to jump into new lives, into their favorite stories. So I thought we would get more involvement from like book characters. And that's not what we got. It was more about the actual like magical library instead of like jumping through books and characters and times and places. So I felt like this would have been a good book where you could jump, like time and stuff like that. And that's not what we got here. So I think that threw me off, like what I was expecting in the story that she wrote. And I just did not enjoy the story that she wrote. So, yeah. The next book I'm going to talk about is titled Definitely Maybe Not a Detective. And this is by Sarah Fox. And this is a rom-com / mystery. And the summary says, Emerson Gray is definitely not a detective. She's an unemployed 28-year-old raising her niece in a seniors-only apartment complex. Her best friend came up with the perfect plan to trick Emerson's ex-boyfriend into returning money he stole from her. Create a fake private detective agency and scare him into giving the money back. The day they set their plan in motion, the superintendent of Emerson's apartment complex winds up dead, and her neighbors turn to her fake detective agency for help after finding one of her phony business cards. Now, Emerson and her friends have to come up with who killed the superintendent before she's on the chopping block. So, one of the things that I liked about this is the actual characters, but I like the supporting characters more than I like the main character. So, the supporting characters, we have Theo, and she's a young lady, a black teenager, and she is like no nonsense, sassy. I love her character. And then Emerson's niece is named Libby, and she's so cute and adorable. I enjoyed her. And then there are her senior neighbors, Emerson's senior neighbors. So it's sort of like an old lady gang, and I enjoyed them as well. Um, that's really about it. Um, One thing that I just couldn't get past was Emerson is like very dramatic, and the author, she just writes in like overly flowery language. So Emerson, so for instance, like she's always holding back a sob, or her heart is always squeezing in her chest, or she refuses to let the big tears that are swimming in her eyes, she refuses to let them fall. So, yeah, it was just like a lot of that. It was very repetitive. And I'm just like, okay, we get it. Like, we get it. She's grieving. She's feeling all the feels. Like, yes, I got it. So, that was one thing. That was like, ooh, oh my goodness. That was like a little annoying. And then, of course, the romance part. Um, Emerson, like she meets, so the fake detective agency that she and her friend come up with, it's called Wyatt Detective Agency. So of course she happens to meet a gentleman named Wyatt, and now like she's kind of got to bring him on board to go through with this whole plot to trick her ex into giving her this money back. But now her neighbors think it's a real detective agency. And when this guy dies, they are calling up Wyatt Detective Agency. So, of course, the guy Wyatt is hot. So there's love triangle one. And then she also has a neighbor that lives in the building, and she likes him too. So she ends up like, there ends up being like this little love triangle. Like it's just way too much romance going on and not enough mystery solving or like looking for clues or anything like that. And yeah, like she's like kissing both of these people, and it's like, you just met these guys. You need to be looking for a job or something. Like not getting involved with these guys. And then like her ex is in yeah, it's just like a whole bunch of drama. And then there's drama with her mom because her mom wants to sue her for custody for her niece. And so we get that drama. And then what else happens? Again, she doesn't have a job, so she's worried about money. So it's just like all of that happening, and the mystery gets pushed to the back burner. And also, the mystery is just like not very interesting. It's like a little boring. So it's like, yeah, this guy who's a superintendent that nobody liked. So nobody's really like, okay, like he died. Yeah, it's bad, but I don't really care. I don't care. I don't care. I'm sorry. I don't care. So, yeah. Um, yeah. This was good. It was good in like a rom-commy way. Like this was a nice diversion. Um, I don't know if I would read another one of these. Maybe if enough time passes and she comes out with another one, and I would be like, oh, I remember that. It was kind of cutesy. It wasn't enough mystery, but it was cute. So maybe I would pick it up. Uh, Overall, I ended up giving it a 3. I thought it was okay. Like I said, it's not anything where I would be like, oh, I'm itching to get this. Like, if it was between this and something else that I wanted, I would probably leave a second book on the shelf and pick something else that I would want to read. But it was okay. If you want a rom-com and a mystery, this would be sufficient for you. Yeah. We made it to the end of another video. Please let me know if any of these books sound interesting to you. Let me know if you read them down in the comments below and what you thought about them. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you the next time. Bye-bye.